24 world title bouts. He is undefeated in his 18-year campaign with a record of 47 wins, no losses, 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the pound-for-pound great and the pay-per-view king, boxing's future Hall of Famer, the sensational 11-time world champion in 5 weight divisions. Please welcome the reigning, the defending, and the undefeated WCNWA welterweight and super welterweight champion of the world, introducing Floyd. 24 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former lightweight, former undisputed super lightweight, and tonight, making the first defense of his WBO welterweight championship of the world. Born, bred, and repping Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence "Bud" Crawford.
Imagine 2 generations of boxing colliding in the ring. The precision and legacy of Floyd "Money" Mayweather facing the relentless skill and power of Terrence Crawford. Fans are asking, can the undefeated legend keep his perfect record against one of the sport's most feared modern fighters? Every punch, every move could decide history. This isn't just a fight, it's a battle of eras, styles, and legacies. From money fights to tactical mastery, Crawford versus Mayweather promises drama, tension, and shocking moments that could define who truly rules boxing today. Floyd Mayweather, one of boxing's most calculated and defensive masters, enters the ring carrying an unblemished record, decades of experience, and a reputation for outsmarting the best opponent. Across from him, Terrence Crawford stands as a generational talent, combining speed, power, and adaptability that has crushed every challenger in his path. This fight isn't just about skill, it's about strategy, timing, and legacy. Will Mayweather's ring IQ and perfect defense be enough to handle Crawford's explosive combinations and relentless pressure? Fans around the world are watching closely, knowing that every moment could make history.
If you thought legends stay safe in retirement, think again. This showdown just rewrote every rule in boxing. Whether you believe Mayweather proved he's still the maestro, or Crawford broke through the untouchable aura, one truth remains. The world just witnessed history in motion. Drop your reactions in the comments, and if you're hungry for more legendary war zones, hit subscribe and ride with us. Because Boxing Edge Floyd Mayweather just did something that absolutely nobody saw coming. The undefeated legend, the self-proclaimed TBE, the best ever, has officially thrown down a challenge to none other than Terrence "Bud" Crawford, widely recognized as one of the most dominant and dangerous pound-for-pound fighters of this entire generation. But the real question echoing across the boxing world is this: is Mayweather's move a legitimate challenge, or just another classic money Mayweather power play designed to keep his name trending and his brand value sky high? It all began when Mayweather and Crawford sat down for what was originally billed as a thoughtful conversation about their legacies, careers, and the future of boxing. Yet, in true Mayweather fashion, the dialogue took an unexpected turn. Never one to fade into the shadows, Floyd turned the spotlight back onto himself. He reminded everyone of his pristine 50-0 record, his technical mastery inside the ring, and his long-standing belief that no fighter, past, present, or future, could outthink or outmaneuver him when the stakes are high. Then came the bombshell moment. "Bud, you and I can get in there and settle this once and for all." The atmosphere instantly shifted. Crawford, known for his calm and composed demeanor, responded with only a smirk. He didn't take the bait outright, likely because his focus remains locked on a looming mega fight against Canelo Alvarez this September, a bout that is arguably the most dangerous and historic opportunity of his career. Still, Mayweather's words could not simply be brushed aside. A Mayweather versus Crawford clash, no matter how realistic or unrealistic, injects shockwaves of speculation, drama, and curiosity into a sport that thrives on storylines. So what's really happening here? Is Floyd Mayweather genuinely considering stepping out of retirement to test himself against an active world champion in his prime? Or is this a brilliant business manner, another calculated marketing strategy to keep Floyd's brand relevant, spike his media value, and stir global speculation that translates directly into headlines, clicks, and revenue? For years, Mayweather has built his empire on not just his unmatched skills, but also his... But beyond the headlines lies the practical question. Would this fight even make sense? Mayweather has been retired for years, choosing to participate in exhibition matches that brought massive paydays but zero risk to his legendary record. Could he truly return to a sanctioned professional fight against a monster like Crawford? Or is this just another Money May masterstroke designed to generate hype, boost streaming value, and possibly secure yet another multi-million-dollar event? Regardless of the answer, one fact is undeniable. Mayweather's bold words have reignited the age-old debate. What would really happen if Floyd Mayweather fought a prime, elite fighter from this generation? And more pressing, with Crawford already chasing legacy-defining history against Canelo, does he even care about Floyd's challenge? Mayweather, as always, is unshaken in his self-belief. In his mind, there's no debate. He is the greatest to ever do it. His undefeated 50-0 record, world titles across 5 divisions, and a career defined by defensive genius and business brilliance make him, in his own view, the ultimate benchmark in boxing history. But Terence "Bud" Crawford isn't just another name. Widely considered the best pound-for-pound fighter today, he has carved out a staggering legacy of his own. A 3-division world champion and the first fighter in history to become undisputed in 2 different weight classes, Crawford is as complete as they come. He possesses a rare blend of speed, intelligence, and power, combined with a supernatural ability to switch stances mid-fight and adapt to any opponent. Though he has shown respect for Mayweather's greatness, Crawford has never hesitated to say that he can beat anyone, including Floyd himself. For Crawford, this isn't just empty trash talk. It's a belief rooted in relentless confidence, hardened through experience, and validated by his team. Brian "Bo-Mac" McIntyre, his longtime trainer and strategist, has doubled down on this view, insisting that Bud's aggressive mentality, ring IQ, and to systematically dismantle opponents would ultimately give him the edge over even a legend like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken the entire boxing universe with a move nobody saw coming. The undefeated legend, who proudly calls himself TBE, the best ever, has officially called out none other than Terence "Bud" Crawford, the most feared pound-for-pound fighter of this generation. The big question is this a legitimate challenge, or another classic Mayweather business play designed to keep his brand at the center of global headlines? It all began during what was supposed to be a respectful conversation about careers, legacies, and the future of boxing. Instead, the moment took a dramatic turn. In vintage Mayweather fashion, Floyd reminded the world of his 50-0 record, his unmatched defensive brilliance, and his belief that no fighter in history could outthink him inside the ropes. Then, he dropped a bombshell challenge. "Bud, you and I can get in there and settle this once and for all." The atmosphere instantly shifted. Crawford, calm and calculated as always, offered only a smirk. His focus remains locked on the September mega-clash against Canelo Alvarez, arguably the most dangerous and high-stakes fight of his career. Still, Mayweather's words cannot simply be ignored. With Crawford versus Canelo already hyped as one of the most anticipated bouts of this era, Floyd's sudden involvement raises serious intrigue. Is Mayweather genuinely looking to prove he can still dominate against a prime, active champion? Or is this a strategic marketing move to keep his billion-dollar empire thriving, his pay-per-view relevance intact, and his name trending worldwide? That's the question fans, analysts, and investors are all asking. Beyond the headlines lies another dilemma. Does this fight even make sense? Mayweather has been retired for years, focusing on global exhibition events and building his luxury lifestyle brand. Could he truly step back into the pressure of a sanctioned fight against a monster like Crawford? Or is this simply another masterclass in hype, designed to boost speculation, generate viral debate, and potentially secure yet another lucrative payday? What's undeniable is how Mayweather's call-out reignited a timeless debate. What would happen if Floyd faced a prime, elite fighter of this era? Could the defensive genius still outmaneuver today's most dangerous pounder? When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, one fact has never changed. He doesn't fight unless the paycheck is massive. With Canelo Alvarez recently locking in a staggering $150 million contract, Mayweather is paying close attention. Canelo's mega deal proves that elite fighters can still pull in jaw-dropping paydays. And as the self-proclaimed money man of boxing, Floyd isn't about to let anyone steal his financial crown. His entire brand is built on being the sport's biggest revenue generator. And if Canelo is earning 9 figures, Mayweather will demand double. History shows why. His 2015 showdown with Manny Pacquiao brought in more than $300 million, smashing every pay-per-view record. 2 years later, his crossover clash with Conor McGregor earned him around $275 million, proving his star power reaches beyond boxing. That's why the idea of facing Terence Crawford sparks both excitement and skepticism. Hardcore boxing fans would love it, but casual audiences, the ones who actually drive million-dollar pay-per-view sales, might not be as invested. The business side is even trickier. Canelo's deal was backed by DAZN and PBC, two promotional giants who see him as a guaranteed global attraction. Mayweather, now 47, has no titles, no promotional contract, and mostly entertains exhibition fights. A sanctioned fight with Crawford would require a historic investment, potentially over $300 million. But would broadcasters and sponsors be willing to take that risk? Even if negotiations began, history tells us they could drag on for years. Just like Mayweather versus Pacquiao, Floyd would want full control, promotions, venue, streaming rights, sponsorship splits, and global marketing. The bigger question is whether the fight is worth that kind of money. For purists, Mayweather versus Crawford is a dream, but without mainstream buzz, it may never reach the commercial heights of his past blockbusters. Floyd Mayweather calling out Terence Crawford has the boxing world buzzing, but turning that challenge into reality is far more complicated. At the end of the day, Mayweather doesn't step into the ring for anything less than a record-breaking purse. If promoters can't justify risking hundreds of millions of dollars on a fight with uncertain pay-per-view numbers, then Mayweather versus Crawford may never move past headlines. That's the harsh business truth. So, which fight truly matters more? Mayweather versus Crawford or Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez? Both carry massive stakes, but they appeal to very different audiences. A showdown with Canelo is about current dominance. Two active champions colliding, one moving up in weight to chase greatness, the other defending his position as boxing's biggest star. Meanwhile, Mayweather versus Crawford is about legacy, spectacle, and the clash between an undefeated legend and today's pound-for-pound king. Mayweather hasn't been part of elite competition for nearly a decade. His recent exhibitions generated money but lack championship meaning. Still, whenever Floyd hints at a return, the entire boxing industry pays attention. A fight against Crawford would dominate sports headlines instantly, but would it deliver the excitement and implications of Crawford versus Canelo? Hardcore boxing fans may say no because beating a 47-year-old Floyd doesn't define a career the way beating Canelo would. From a financial perspective, though, Mayweather's brand remains unmatched. Even his exhibition with Logan Paul, where no official winner was declared, produced millions in revenue. If Floyd versus Crawford happened as a legitimate fight, it could easily rank among the highest-selling events in boxing history. But here's the problem. Floyd would demand the richest payday ever. Canelo reportedly secured $150 million, and Mayweather's ego and marketing power wouldn't settle for less than double that. He'd likely argue for $300 million or more, positioning himself once again as boxing's ultimate money machine. But in today's landscape, promoters rely on streaming deals, digital partnerships, and global broadcasting rights. Would any network or sponsor risk that kind of money for a fight with no championship belts on the line? That's why Floyd is more likely to keep pushing for exhibitions. They protect his undefeated record, generate massive pay-per-view revenue, and minimize risk. Why gamble his legacy when he can keep cashing checks without real danger? From a fantasy matchup perspective, Prime Mayweather was almost untouchable. His defense, footwork, and ring IQ neutralized the best fighters of his era: Pacquiao, Canelo, Cotto. But Crawford brings something unique: switch-hitting ability, relentless pressure, and knockout power. A prime versus prime battle between these two would spark endless debate. Could Floyd's slick defensive style shut Crawford down? Or would Crawford's aggression finally break through? Sadly, we'll never see it. That leaves fans with speculation. Would Mayweather truly risk everything for Crawford? Or is this another masterclass in marketing? Would a Mayweather versus Crawford fight outshine Crawford versus Canelo in revenue and spectacle?
So the real debate begins here. As the final bell rings, the boxing world will remember this fight for years to come. Was it a masterclass from Mayweather, proving that experience still dominates? Or did Crawford's talent and modern skill set show that a new era has arrived? This isn't just a fight result, it's a legacy-defining moment for both fighters. The debate will rage, opinions will clash, and boxing fans will relive the most electrifying punches, moments, and strategies again and again. Comment below who you think truly won. Hit like if you respect boxing legends, and subscribe for full fight breakdowns and analysis.